Hey guys, Adam Broussard here, Cajun entrepreneur. Today we're going to talk about time management. How many people struggle with their time? Everybody on the face of the earth, except the few selected few that learned time management. Am I perfect at this? Heck no. Am I better than some? More than likely. I've learned to handle more things. I need to be strategic on my time. And the first question that I've always asked, not always, kind of going off the limb there. The first question that I've recently started to ask myself is this the most bang for my buck, value for my time? And so you have to understand with that question that in different circumstances, there's a different answer. When you're with your family, doesn't matter what you're doing, hanging out, just being there present, never a waste of time. And sometimes as an entrepreneur, a lot of times I forget that. Like, just, you think, I gotta be productive all the time. And, if I can't just sit there, and dude, I'm guilty. I'm sitting in the chair. I have 3 young kids and a wife. And, dude, I'm knocking some stuff out. They think I'm playing on my phone. Literally have told me that. Oh, Daddy, you're always playing on your phone. I ain't playing no games, man. I'm reaching out via LinkedIn and Messenger to people. I mean, I'm trying to hustle in the evening times as much as I hustle during the daytime. But it'll hurt my feelings. Like, hold on. I come home, open the door. How y'all doing? And nobody wants to talk to me for long. I'm going to start getting some work done. Well, so the way that I've solved my time management problem is it starts off Sunday night, early Monday morning with looking at the previous week task that I had written down, along with the notes that I had during the week, along with adding the things that I want to do or trying to accomplish, and creating this master checklist of the things that need to get done. And generally I like to do that on Sunday evenings and stuff like that, when we're kind of gearing up for the week. And then starting on Monday, I print it up and I have it organized in a fashion of what company for what goal, just moving the needle. And on Monday, I'll write down in my legal pad the things I just want to move the needle for on Monday. Now, it will go from a list of 50 things to a list of 10 to 15 things. And because there's so much high priority right now in my life of taking care of stuff. And some of this stuff is like, it takes a minute to do. Some of it takes like 20 minutes to do. Some of it could take an hour, depending on who you're talking to, if it's a meeting or whatever. And so long story short, I go from this longer list that I print out to my legal pad, written out the things I want to accomplish for the day. And I try not to add anything like on Tuesday if I didn't accomplish anything on Monday, or if I didn't accomplish everything that I wanted to on Monday. But it's an ebb and flow. There's a balancing act with it, because I truly believe, as much as you want to manage your time, you have to have open-mindedness that there's going to be things that is going to come in and that you'll need to spend attention on, and be okay with it. just because it's not a written down high priority move the needle, sometimes you just have to be with where God is putting you. And I think there's people that go off the deep end on that just kind of very strict and just like, no, I have to follow this checklist or I have to do this at this time, and there's no give and take. I don't want to say there's a bunch of give from my standpoint, but there is give, because man, I've gotten into conversations sometimes that lasted 20-30 minutes, and it was fruitful and I learned something. Case in point, I had a buddy of mine that came in today. I wanted to schedule him in. He came in, and look, we spent about an hour, and sure, I had other things on my list to do today that I wanted to accomplish, but him and I have been trying to get together for a while. And he came in, great conversation. And if you're watching this, buddy, you know who you are. Enjoyed enjoyed it, enjoyed our visit. We're gonna visit again. But he came in with something unbeknownst to me, was a possibility of a studio that's like 5 minutes down the road from my office that we may be able, just a long shot, may be able to have access to, with green screens and monitors. And it's this older fellow that set all this up, like this professional studio 5 minutes down the road from me, that we may have access to after he connects some dots, and get me in there, that would really benefit the media company. I might be able to rent some time from this place. I might be able to, I don't know, just endless amounts of thoughts that start coming through. But there's definitely a need for us to have, not right now this second, by no means, we're making do with what we got, but boy, if we had access to that where we can up the game a little bit, and we can just rent a slot, and go in there, knock out what we need to do, boom, 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 that would really be awesome. So once again, had no idea that was on deck, but just him and I talking. He's in business moving and shaking, I'm in business moving and shaking. All of a sudden our resources get put together of just like, oh, okay, well, this is what we need to do. And he had other things that piqued my interest, but nothing more than that. Not more than what I just stated, because that was really a good slam dunk deal right there. Like, hey, let's find out where that goes. And that's where it starts. That's where the seed starts. Let's just find out where that goes. So I pivoted and moved and shook and said, all right, well, let me test this water out. So long story short is that I would say my list is a guide for me. I'm not married to it. It's just a guide. It helps me get back on the right path if I lose the path. And so I don't want to lose the path. I want to keep on rocking and rolling and doing what I'm doing to accomplish as much as I can during the day. So when I get home, once again, I'm going to go home and I'm going to open the door. I'm going to say, how you doing, to my wife and kids? How was your day? Try to talk as much as I can to them, interact as much as I can, and to the point where they don't want to hear me no more. I'm going to eat dinner, and then if they're doing homework, I'm going to help. If I need to do dishes or whatever, I'm going to just do whatever I do. But there'll be a point where we're all sitting down, and my kids are still young enough. They go to bed at 7:30, 8 o'clock. Well, that's now my research and development time, and reaching out, so if you ever heard from me on LinkedIn at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, on any given day, It's just because I'm grinding it out. I'd like to continue to interact. The more I feel like I'm getting done, checking off the list, then I know that the more I'm out there on what I'm trying to do, and it just takes a lot. Like, I'm nowhere near where I want to be in business because I don't think I do this often enough. I don't think I put myself out there as often as I think I do. And so we talked I don't know, last week, few weeks, about work-life balance, and that how there's not. And that's just me once again describing there's not a work-life balance in my life. It's a ebb and flow of time management. And I feel that in what I do in my life, that I am living more so within a good time management than I've ever had before, because if I'm going to squeeze all the juice out of the day, which today I got to the office around 8:30, it's close to 6:30 now, and I just left, then I squeeze all the juice that I can out of this workday, because I'm going to end up at home by 6:45, 7 o'clock. Not quite 7, but I do have to stop at the store. And you know, I like to leave by 6 o'clock the office when I can. But like this week, we have some kid stuff at school Thursday morning, Friday morning, that ultimately I have to be there for. Like, so I gotta I paint I paint the what's the word I'm using? I paint the picture around, you know, the key characters, which is my family. And do I take phone calls all the time? Yes. Do I respond to emails all the time? Yes, I am. I have a phone that I'm very much aware that I can't put down. It's because of the contacts that I have on the things that I need to do. But I was just going over time management today with one of the associates at the store, because I only want to talk about this once a week. So, nevertheless, create your list, have it checked, marked down. Don't marry yourself to it, and just keep grinding away. Something's bound to happen. Like, that's just my gut feeling. And even when the bad is happening, there's good that is deriving from there that I can go back and research and see and reach out. And another thing for my time management, this video is getting a little bit long. That's okay. I try to start off with the money-making priority stuff first. So scheduling appointments for business, I try to knock that out first. And I do a couple of them, so I can, if I'm lining up appointments, that way I can line up the appointments and get a feel of it throughout the day of when people can come meet me, or I go meet them, and then we just tackle it from there. So if I do that first thing in the morning, then I'm working on that top line of revenue. And then by the end of the day, when my brain is worn out and my creativity, I can get on the phone. I'm good at the phone in the afternoons. Also, taking care of some mundane office stuff. You know, basically what I'm saying is keep the creativity and the money moving stuff up in the front in the morning. It's your best bet of accomplishing some of those goals. That's just what I learned. So until next time, see you later.